hash, or since it is specifically mentioned to be a single line comment, so not of slash n hash. This is the one which you are supposed to write. In your answer key, if you are seeing the curly braces, curly braces is not for your thing. It's for how it is, how we give the pattern and all. That doesn't matter. So this is what you are supposed to write. So those who have written without the slash n also, we have given full marks. Those who have written with slash n also, we have given full marks. Those who have written by using brackets, parentheses also, we have given something like this, not of hash. One star should come. Star hash. For this also we have given full marks. For all these cases, we have given full marks.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had it out. Like in the question, yeah, it was given hash, statement, and hash. So in the blanks, they've given us two blanks, then hash, and then two blanks, no, ma'am. So since the question already hash was given on the left and right, I thought we're supposed to write parentheses that complement and hash. Like hash was given, so bracket close and star, ma'am. So that is fine, no, ma'am.
No. It should end with hash, right?
But hash statement hash was given in the question, no, ma'am. So
no, after hash there is still two more blanks, right?
So only totally four blanks, no, ma'am.
There were totally four blanks.
Hmm.
So those who have written something like this, all the three cases we have given marks.
Okay.
The statement should end with hash.
Okay, ma'am. I have one more doubt. So is the priority of complement greater than star?
Yes. Complement is having the higher priority than star.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I think many of you are having this question only, the doubt. So any more? Is it clear? Any other doubts regarding quiz 1? So shall we consider this? Okay, so today after this class, we'll just finalize the marks and we'll upload once again the marks. So no more queries regarding quiz 1, right? Okay. Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you, Shriba.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll continue with the class now. I think you don't have any doubts, any more doubts. Most of you were asking about this question only, ma'am has explained. Okay, we are going to finalize the marks. After that, no more changes. And we will enter into AMS also. Okay, students, we'll continue with our examples. Okay, we were here in the last class. I just told how the diagram is completed. This is LR of one parsing state diagram. Okay, let us construct the table now. For the table, you are going to have all the states. We have totally 0 to 9, those states. And we have the action part and go to part here also. And we have all the terminal symbols, including dollar, and also the non-terminals, say S and C in this example. And S dash, we are not going to list because we are not going to use it. And coming to the entries, students, I think you have to be interactive because we have reached till LR of 1. Keep answering and see the table also. Otherwise, I will purposely make some mistakes so that you identify. Okay. So be interactive. let us start from the state 0. At 0 on S, go to 1. At 0 on C, go to 2. At 0 on small e, shift to state 3. Similarly, on D, shift to state 4. So that is done, all the 4 transitions. Coming to state number 1, at state number 1, the next symbol to be read is $, and that is for accept. And coming to state number 2, we don't have any other items here, so that's it. Coming to state number 2, at state number 2, on capital C, go to 5. On small e, shift to 6. On D, shift to 7. So that is also done, 3 transitions. When we'll be using these look ahead symbols? Only for the reduce action. Okay. So coming to state number 3, also similarly, on capital C, go to 8. On small e, self loop, and on small d, it is to 4. And also, whenever you are taking a transition, note that you are also seeing the look ahead symbols. Okay, because if you look at the states, no, I4 and this I7 looks similar, but they are different only in the look ahead symbols. Similarly, state number, any other state is similar? This one, I6 and I3 are similar. They differ only in the look ahead symbol. So you have to notice that. Coming to state number 4, state number 4 is because the dot operator is in the rightmost position, it is eligible for reduce action, and the number for that rule is 3. So we will be using R3. Now, this R3 should be applied for what symbols? It is based on these look ahead symbols. Okay, means we are going to take these symbols into consideration now. Okay, these symbols. So R3 is applied on only the symbols E and D, and not for any other symbols. If you recall, in LR of 0, we were applying reduce action for all the terminal symbols, including $. And in SLR, we used to compute follow set, and only for those follow set of the LHS symbol, you were applying reduce. Whereas in LR of 1 parsing, what we do is we apply reduce action on the symbols which is maintained in that particular state, that is the look ahead symbol. Okay, that's why we are tracking these look ahead symbols. Okay, so that is state number 4. Coming to state number 5, at state number 5 also we have what the reduce action to be performed, that is rule number 1. So rule number 1 on what symbol is just for the $. Okay, because this is the only look ahead symbol, therefore only for $, we will be applying R1. Coming to state number 6, at 6 on C, go to 9, and with E, shift to 6, that is in the same state, and then 7 when you read D. Okay, because the look ahead symbol is matching. Yes, and then so that is it. And then at state number 6, okay, this is the correction. Okay, I thought I'll do it last class. I didn't do it. I will make the correction now. It is also eligible for reduce action due to this. After reading D, okay, not this one, sorry. After reading D, it goes to I7, right? So I7, okay, we'll go back and see in the table. Okay, at 6, what has happened? On C, we completed. On E, we completed. On D, it should go to, sorry, on D, it should go to 7. Okay, so that is done. Do we have any reduce action here at 6, students? Do we have any reduce action at 6?
No, ma'am.
No, right? So what has to be done? This should be removed, right? At 6, we don't have any reduce action. Okay. So coming to the next state is I7. I7 is we have the reduce action to be performed only on dollar symbol, and that is rule number 3. So R3. So that is done. And at state number 8, we have reduce action once again. That is rule number 2. So on the symbols E and D. So R2 on E and D. And coming to state number 9, it is again the reduce action R2, which is only on dollar. Okay. So like this, we are going to construct the parsing table. This is the complete table now. Again, all the blank entries means error. Otherwise, whatever actions we have, either the shift or reduced or accept will be there. And similarly for non-terminals, whenever we are reading, we are going to use the go to, and we are going to track the states. Okay. So this is the complete table. And if you see the table, there are no conflicts, neither the shift reduce conflict nor the reduce conflict. Therefore, this particular grammar, whatever we have taken, is suitable for LR of 1. Okay, so this grammar is said to be LR of 1 grammar, and it is suitable for LR of 1 parsing. So that is the conclusion we can have. And remember that reduce action is performed only on the lookout symbols in that particular production rule that is maintained in that particular state. So this is the only difference we have. Rest all will be same like how we construct in LR of 0 and LR of 1, SLR. So it is similar to that. Now let us trace one example. Okay, I'll make this correction. This does not exist. Okay, let us trace this. We will take this string. Now you should be answering, students. Don't keep quiet. So this is my initial string EED, and I have updated with the dollar also. First on 0, when we are pointing on E, it is S3. So it is shift 3. So what is that we are going to do? $0 E, and then you are going to shift the number of the state also. That is the state number. Then left out is this, and now at 3 on E, at 3 on E is again shift to 3, so S3. So what we are going to have is all these we will have. Along with that, we are going to push the new symbols also, that is E and 3. Okay, now we have only $D in our input buffer, and at 3 on D is a shift 4. So we will shift that symbol also, that is D. And what is the state? It is 4. We have only dollar now, and at 4 on dollar is at 4 on dollar is what? Error, right? So somebody, whoever, somebody can write one tree and then please post it there. So is it an error? Is it the correct answer? You can verify, right? So can somebody draw the tree for this using this grammar? Draw the tree and verify whether it is correct answer or not. Let us see. Okay. So it is an error as per this example. Let us also trace one more example, EDE. So we will have to shift at 0 on E, it is shift 3. So we will have $0 and E, and we are going to push the state number, that is 3. Now we are left with DE dollar in our input buffer, and then at 3 on D is S4. So we are going to shift that also D and 4. Now we are left with E dollar. And now add 4 on E. Add 4 on E is R3. So R3 means we are going to pop the symbol that has matched. So we are going to push the non-terminal which is there in the LHS. So we will be having $0 E, means you are going to trace from here back till you get that particular handle which is D now. So this 3 will be there. D we are going to pop 4. First 4 we are going to pop and then D we are going to pop. Then we push C onto the stack and then we are going to find the next state. At 3 on C is 8. So it is 8 and still we are pointing on small e only. And then at 8 on E is R2. So we are going to once again perform reduce action. R2 is what? This entire thing is now the RHS, that is EC. Completely EC should be replaced by C. So you're going to remove that from your stack and then means you're going to come from back, that is 8 is removed, then C is removed, then 3 is removed, then E is removed. Till then you're going to remove from the stack and now you push on push C onto the stack because that is a LHS symbol. And at 0 on C is 2 and we have E dollar still. And then at 2 on E is S6, that is shift. So let us shift that symbol. E and that state also. And now we are left with only $. At 6 on $, at 6 on $, is what? Is error, right? Okay, somebody tried drawing the derivation tree for this, both examples. Somebody please try and take the screenshot and post it there. Let everybody see that. I don't want to waste time for that. You can verify. Okay. So it means that our parsing is suitable for the given grammar. But whatever string we have taken is not there. It is not generated in the given grammar. That's the reason why we are going to error. If it is accept, then it would have reached this situation and we would have got it accepted. Okay. So these are the two examples I have taken. Maybe you can try something else also. You just try that. Did you try, students? Anybody has tried drawing the tree? These strings, is it accepted or not in the given grammar?
It's not accepted.
Both are not accepted, right? Okay. So
No.
later you can try something which is accepted, students. Okay, because I have given enough number of examples for accepted. So today I took both error conditions. You can verify it. Okay. So that is about yeah. Please tell.
Ma'am, for errored ones, how do we draw the tree, ma'am, until it becomes not derivable? Till that point, is it, ma'am?
You just try drawing. See, your result will be some sentential form. It means that you are not able to continue. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
You can stop there. Just I wanted you to verify once. Okay. So if you are not able to get the sentence, it means that it is a sentential form. When you start reading from left to right, no, all your leaves, then it will be a sentential form. It means that you are not able to continue to derive that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I think I have given this example and I will proceed with LALR of 1 because the same example I can also solve using LALR of 1. Now going back to our diagram, in this diagram, if you observe, there are some things which are having common items, but only they differ in the look ahead symbols. Okay, okay, I can show the diagram here. The same thing, whatever we created for LR of 1, no, the same diagram we are using now, but we want to see whether whether the contents are same, the items are same, only they differ in the look ahead symbol. So can you identify such states in this diagram, students? Which are the states that are similar and only they differ in the look ahead symbols? Few
I3
things I
and
told.
I6.
Okay, I3 and I3
I6.
and I6, yeah, they differ only in the look ahead symbol.
I9
Similarly,
and I8.
okay, I8 and I9 also similar, they differ only in the look ahead symbols. Similarly, I4 and I7 also similar, isn't it? What else? Somebody was saying I5, right? I5 is not similar to I2. Why? Because in I2 we have two more extra production rules, right? So I2 and I5 are not similar, whereas I3 and I6 are similar because if you ignore the look ahead symbols, all other items are similar. Okay. Similarly, I4 and I7, I8 and I9 are similar. Okay. So what do we do with these states then? There is the next technique which is known as LALR of one parsing, which stands for look ahead LR parsing. And the number of look ahead symbols here also we are seeing only one, and that's what we are maintaining in the state itself. We can make the merging of states that is present in LR of 1, and only they differ in the look ahead symbols as we already identified. So we can merge the states, say I3 and I6, I4 and I7, I8 and I9. Okay, and we will see what will be the resultant diagram now. Okay, so I0 there is no change, I have taken as it is. I1 also there is no change, I2 also there is no change. Okay, I3 there is a change, I have merged both 3 and 6. And when we are merging, what we have to do is we have to take care of all the look ahead symbols. Means we have to find the union of the look ahead symbols in both the states. So that's what we are doing here. Similarly, I4 and I7 is merged now, and all the look ahead symbols have been taken care. And I5 there is no change, so as it is. And whatever we had here, like it was going to I9, means now it is renamed as I89. So you can make use of that. uh, so coming to I2, when at I2 when you read small e, what happens, it should be the combination of both 3 and 6. So that's why it is going to I36. Okay, when you are reading e, it is going to I36. And here also it is the same in all the transitions. Wherever it comes, like 3 or 6, if it comes, you can go to the merge state. Similarly, other transitions also can be covered. Like from I3, when I read D, it is going to I4. Now it is renamed as I47 because it has been merged. So we are going to take it to I47. Similarly, wherever that kind of transition comes, you are going to use the merge state only. Whether it is 4 or 7, you will take it. Similarly, 3 or 6, you will take it together. Similarly, 8 and 9, you will take it together. Okay. Now the diagram for LALR of one parsing looks like this. And also make sure that all the transitions have been taken care. So here we have 4 transitions. Yes, we have 4 transitions. Here we don't have anything to continue. At I2 we have 3 transitions. So all the 3 transitions we have taken care. In I3 or I6 we have 3 transitions. Yes, we have taken care of the 3 transitions. 8 and 9, no more transitions because that is a reduce. Similarly, here I5 also it is the reduce, and we don't have any look ahead symbols other than dollar. All this we have taken. Okay, so this is a diagram with respect to now LALR of 1. Means in LR of 1, we found some states that can be merged. They differ only in the look ahead symbols, and then we have merged and we have redrawn the DFA. Okay, so this is the diagram for LALR of 1. So I think you got the difference between LR of 1 and LALR of 1. So after merging, what happens? There are some chances of getting the conflict. So just now we proved that this particular diagram, or when you construct the table, there is no conflict, right? So let us see what is the table for this. So this is the diagram we after merging we got, and this is the table corresponding to that. So on 0 it is S36, and sorry, at 0 on E it is S36, at 0 on D it is S47. We have just updated the table, okay, and this remains the same. Coming to state number 1 also it is the same. Coming to state number 2, anyway, again here also some correction is required. I'll go back and see. R1 I have to remove, right? Yes, this one I have to remove. Okay, so at I36 there is no reduce action, so that's what we have corrected. At 2 we have shifting on E to 36 and shifting on D to 47, and this remains the same. And at 36 on E it is a self loop, and on D it is going to 47, and then on C it is 8-9, it is a merge state. Similarly, now coming to 4-7, we have the reduce action, and all these symbols after finding the union whatever we have got, for all these symbols we will be applying the reduce action. So we have applied, and similarly for I5 we have only dollar symbol as the look ahead, so we will be applying only R1 for that symbol. And then at 8-9 also we have found the union, and therefore R2 is applied for all the three symbols, E, D and dollar. So this is the table, and now in this table after merging also did we get any conflict? No, we didn't get any conflict, neither the shift reduce nor the reduce conflict. Means whatever grammar we have taken, this particular grammar, that is suitable for both, LR of 1 parsing as well as for LR of 1 parsing. Okay, so there is no issue. This is a very good grammar. That's why it is suitable for both LR of 1 and LR of 1. But generally what happens after merging, there is a possibility of getting some conflicts. So it happens for some grammars. So that we will see later. Before that, I will just give the algorithm also. For constructing the LR of one set of items, what we do is, as usual, we'll find the closure at any particular state. Like whenever the dot operator is present before the non-terminal, you will have to expand all those production rules, and you are going to rewrite that in that state. And also if it is a terminal symbol, so before in LR of 0 items we were not considering the look ahead symbol, but now the look ahead symbol also have to be taken care. So what we do is, suppose I have B to be expanded, what we do is we have to find the new look ahead symbol for this expanded rules, that is nothing but first of beta A. So if something B is there in first of beta A, then we are going to place this B over here. Like in our previous example, we had dollar, we had E, we had D, something like that. So same way we are going to find for all, whenever you expand, you are going to find the look ahead symbol, and for all such rules with the same LHS will be having the same look ahead symbol. Okay, after finding. And again, if it is recursive, once again some other new non-terminal is there to be expanded, you are going to follow the same procedure. So that goes on till you find there are no changes in the current state, in the current iteration. So till then you'll be doing that. So finally, after finding the closure and also after finding the look ahead symbol for each of the production rules, if there are no changes, you're going to stop the process. Okay, so that will be the end of the state. Okay, and at any particular state, if you are reading some non-terminal, then you'll be using something called go to, and you're going to track that number. That's what it means here. And once you read, your dot also will be moved towards the right. Okay, so that is what is mentioned here. So this is how to track the items. And once you pass any symbol, no, when you read some symbol, the dot operator moves ahead, and this is the difference. So before it was dot x, now after reading that symbol, it becomes x dot. Okay, and the look ahead symbols you are not going to change whenever you take the transition. This is very important point. Only when you expand something, suppose I expand X, then I am going to find the new look ahead symbol. But when I read this X and when I take a transition to the next state, whatever look ahead symbol was there in the previous state, the same thing is taken here. Okay. So this difference you should know when you take the transition and when you find the closure in the current state. Okay, so that is about the LR of 1 items. So coming to the parsing table we constructed. So in the parsing table, what we have is we have all the state numbers, whatever numbers you have got. Like here it is I0, I1. We are using 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that. So all those state numbers you are going to have along the rows. And what does this mean? Like we are using that action is now looking like a table. Similarly, go to is looking like a table. Okay, and we are making the entries. So action of I comma a means what? I is nothing but our state number and a is nothing but our input symbol. Okay, so if it is a terminal symbol, then I'll be using the action part. If it is a non-terminal, I'll be using the go to part. Okay, so in the action part, what are the possibilities we have got? We have got the shift possibility where we read a terminal symbol and we perform the shift action, and shift J means this J is nothing but the next state number. Okay, action of I comma A to shift J means this is the next state number. Similarly, the other possibility is what we can have the reduce action. When is the reduce action? When the dot operator is present in the rightmost position and then you have some look ahead symbol say A, only for this look ahead symbol will be applying the reduce action in the LR of 1 parsing. Okay, so reduce using this rule for what symbol? Only for A. Okay, only for A because that is the only look ahead symbol we have got. Suppose I have B also, then I would have mentioned A space B. Okay, and for that also we are going to apply whatever symbols you have in the locate symbol for that current production. You are going to apply the reduce action for those symbols. Okay, and there is something called accept where we have some situation like this. Whenever we read S here and the dot moves towards the right and S dot it becomes, then for that particular action we say it is accept, and only once it will be present. This situation will come only once in one state, and that is accept. Okay, rest all will be treated as blanks and those will be treated as error. Okay, if there are any conflicts, maybe you'll have two entries, that is both shift and reduce may be there, or reduce I reduce J will be there, where you have two different rules coming in the for the same symbol at some state. Then we say it is the conflict, reduce conflict. So either the shift reduce or reduce conflict, if it exists, then we say that it is not suitable for LR of 1 parsing and it is not LR of 1 grammar. Okay, so that grammar is not LR of 1. So this is for LR of 1 parsing table. And go to also have already told, whenever it is a non-terminal, we just read that and we will use the state number as a next state, and that entry only will be made in the parsing table. And rest all is errors. So and always we start with this. Without this you can't start anything. So your initial state should start with your augmented grammar rule, and this is how we are going to have. And for this augmented grammar rule I have mentioned as question mark because I don't have any look ahead symbol right now. Okay, once I expand this S, of course we have to do that, then only we can continue something in that state. So once you expand S, then it follows whatever you have to maintain in the look ahead symbols and so on. So it works like that. Okay, so that is the construction of LR of 1 parsing table. Coming to the LALR of 1 parsing table, what we did is we saw all the items that are similar and only they differ in the look ahead symbols, and those states can be combined like this, and you will be finding the union of all the look ahead symbols. So this will be maintained in the resultant state, that is in the LALR of 1 parsing table. Okay, so this merging cannot produce shift reduce conflict because like this, if I do, what happens is we will have only the reduce operation here, right? We will have the reduce operation, and if you notice that we will be applying this rule that C gives D dot, for which all we are going to apply for E, we are going to apply for D, we are going to apply for dollar. Okay, so there are chances of getting reduce conflict Later I will take some examples related to reduce conflict. So it is possible to get the reduce conflict after merging. Okay, now let us take the next example. I will start whatever I can complete in the today's class will complete. This is the given grammar. This is the given grammar, and you can write all these rules separately by giving the names, and I have augmented also. So these are the rule numbers for each of the production rules. So let us start with the first state. Anyway, you're going to start with this. S dash gives dot S dollar, and now it is question mark. Okay. See, always whenever you write, no, you slowly you write and then try to expand. And when you expand, immediately you maintain the look ahead symbols also, because otherwise you'll get confused. Okay. So now I am at your first line. I finished. Okay, and then because dot S is appearing, I'm going to expand all the rules that are having yes as the LHS. So what are those rules? We have 4 rules, right? We have 4 rules, all that we are going to write. And remember that whenever you're going to expand, what we are going to do is we are going to have the dot operator in the first position. Okay, means we are only starting now. Okay, this rule has been expanded now, and we are going to start parsing for these rules. Okay, so that has been listed. So all these you list. After listing, now your job is what? If you only list, what happens? It is just like our LR of 0 item. But we are interested in also maintaining the look ahead symbols. So what we have to do now, for all these rules where we expanded this S, we have to find the look ahead characters. Okay, so what is that look ahead character then? This only we expanded. After this, what do we have? Something like dollar. See, I can have dollar here because it is the first state we have dollar. If some other state means I would have got something else, some other substring maybe. Maybe it will have the terminal symbol, or maybe it will have the non-terminal, whatever comes. Sometimes it will be epsilon also. So anyway, in this case, what we have is we have the dollar because it is the first state and it is supposed to have the dollar only. Now this dollar, so I am finding the first of dollar question mark. Anyway, this is null, I can say. First of dollar is what? Dollar itself, because dollar is treated as a terminal symbol. Okay, so dollar, I'm going to have this dollar for all our production rules with yes as the LHS. Okay, now we finished this. After finishing this, now you should think about each rule, whether something have to be expanded or not. Now coming to this rule, I have dot small a. Small a is not a non-terminal, so I don't have anything to expand here. Okay, then go to the next production rule. Here also we have dot b. There is nothing to expand, so we will leave that. Similarly, you go to the next rule. There is nothing to expand. Next rule also we don't have anything to expand. So we get the same thing, and therefore there is no change. We have already completed this state. So state I0 is ready now. Okay. So let us read S now. When you read S, what happens? You will get this. Always this is common, so I don't have to tell much about it. This will be common. And when you read S, I don't have S anywhere here to read for other productions. So only this is the possibility. So we list it. Suppose you have somewhere here S, then you will have to list here only, because I have already told you should have unique move for any symbol. You can't have multiple moves. Therefore, if at all yes occurs in any of the RHS and that to be read, then you should take care here only. I think I have given this kind of example also somewhere I have given. You can refer that. Okay. So next is what? Coming to the rule number 2 now. Rule number 1 we finished. Rule number 2 we have A to be read. So once we read A, what happens? You see. Okay. So remember that while writing, what you will do? You will first read A and you will write this rule. What is that rule? A dot capital AD, and this look ahead symbol as it is copied. Okay, as it is copied. So this much you have written. Don't see all this. First you see this. This much I have done. And whether A is somewhere in other rule also to be read, you have to watch. What is that? In this rule we had a small a to be read, and there is another rule also with the same A to be read. So this also should be put together. So read that also. S gives A dot capital B E, and the lookahead symbol is the same thing which we have copied. So these two we have got from the transition from the previous state. And what about this then? This is what? This is because of this dot A. Whenever you have dot A, what you should do is, A is a non-terminal. You have to expand all the rules related to this A. So what is that rule then? A gives C is the rule, right? So A gives dot C is what you're going to expand. Okay, once you expand, I have told you, you should remember that you have to find the look ahead symbol. So which one did you expand? This is what you expanded. So after expanding this, what is that you have in the remaining portion? You have D, and also after that you have dollar. Okay, so what you're going to do now is, you're going to find the first of D dollar. First of D dollar means it is continuous substring. First of D dollar is what? D only. If D was not there, then I would have taken first of dollar only directly. But some symbol is there, so I would take first of D dollar as a substring, and then first of D dollar is nothing but a D. So that's how this D is there in the look ahead symbol. So we finished for this. Coming to the next rule, we have dot B. Because of dot B, we have to expand B. So what is the rule corresponding to B? B gives C. So we are going to write B gives dot C. Now after writing this, we have to find the look ahead symbol. Where is that we expanded? Here. So from here only we try to expand, right? After that, whatever is there, you find the first of that. So first of E dollar will be E. So it is E. So we have found the look ahead symbols, and whatever we have expanded, we have seen that. And is there anything to be expanded further? No. So we can, that is the end of the I2. Okay, that is the end of this I2 state. Coming to the next state is, so when I read A, I complete it. Similarly, when I read B also, we should complete. When I read B, there are two rules to be taken care. So first one is B, S gives B capital BD. So after reading B, it is moved further. The point is moved further, dot is moved. And similarly for the next rule also, dot is moved. So, and also we have copied the same look ahead symbol. Now, after taking the transition in the current state, what you have to do is you have to find the closure. So finding the closure is nothing but whatever non-terminal, if it is occurring after the dot, you have to expand. So first I'll expand B. So B gives dot C, and after this what you have, first of D dollar, so that becomes T. Similarly for A also, here in the rule number, that is the second rule, we have dot A. When you expand A, you'll get A gives dot C, and the look ahead symbol is first of E dollar. Okay, so that's why it is E. I think state number I2 and state number I3, these two states, I think it is very clear. They are similar actually. Only thing is the difference is when we are reading A, this happens, and when we read B, this happens. Okay, so these are the rules in I2 and I3. If you proceed further, please let me know if I am crossing the time. If I proceed further, what happens? At I2, what is the symbol to be read here? I have to read A, capital A. So once I read capital A, the dot also will be moved, and we are taking the same look ahead symbol, whatever is there in the previous state, and now dot has been moved. Okay. After moving the dot, you have to verify whether you are having the non-terminal or terminal. If at all you have non-terminal, then you would have expanded that. Anyway, in this case, we don't have non-terminal, so there is nothing to expand, and that's it. So this is the transition. So that is done now, I4. Coming to I5, I5 is also similar. When you read the capital B, it goes to I5, and dot has been moved. And after this dot, we have only terminal symbol. So nothing to expand. So we don't continue there. And coming to this, when you read C, all the rules with C to be read, you are going to take. After reading, what happens? A gives C dot, it becomes similarly B gives C dot, it becomes. And if you observe the look ahead symbol, it's the same thing whatever we have copied. And now it is eligible for the reduce action, because dot operator is present in the rightmost position in the RHS for both the rules actually, for both the rules. Okay. So this rule also we are going to apply reduce action. On D, we are going to apply, and for this, what we are going to do is on E, we are going to apply the reduce action. From the diagram itself, we can make out how the reduce actions are performed. While constructing table, you will take care, but here also you can verify what is that we are doing. Okay. Coming to this B, at I3, when you read B also, it goes to I7, and this is the transition, and there is nothing to expand. Similarly, at I3, when you read capital A, it goes to the new state, and the lookout symbol is also copied as it is, and nothing to expand. And when you read small c in I3, you'll get a new state, say I9, and you have taken the same lookout symbol. Now in this state also, I9 also, both rules they are eligible for reduce action. Okay, and the symbols also we have maintained. So that is I9. And coming to this, we have only one symbol to be read. After reading the symbol, it becomes I10, and that's it. That is the end of this path. Similarly, when you read E, it is I11, and that is the end of this path. Just we have to move the dot, that's it. We don't have much to do here. But at I10, now it is eligible for reduce. At I11 also, now it is eligible for reduce. I6 is already done. Similarly, at I7, when you read small d, it will create I12, which is a new state. And now after creating at I12, it is eligible for reduce. And similarly, at I8, when you read small e, new state I13, and this also eligible for reduce action, and the path is complete. So if you notice now, this is a complete diagram, and this is what we call it as LR of one state diagram. For the given grammar, we have constructed LR of one state diagram, and we have made use of only LR of one items. Okay, only LR of one items. So I think I can stop here. In the next class, we'll continue how to get the LR of one diagram from this. Okay, we'll see that, and we will trace some example. Okay, students, at this stage, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts, students?